after its long journey from Japan. The car is now on a truck on its way from the dock to me in Country Vic, and just waiting now for it to come down the road on the truck and have my first look at it. And here it is, it's arrived. Looking pretty good. So now it's off the truck and I've had a bit of a play. I can do a bit of a video walk around, I guess. Sorry about my neighbour with his whippersnipper. Overall, it's much cleaner than I thought it was going to be. You never know really what you're going to get with auction sheets, and it's just I'm really happy with it. So, haven't worked out the spotlights yet, look like they're just fog. And of course we've got all the usual Japanesey, shipping stuff all over it. Jump start, so they said they had to jump start it to get it off the boat. But the truck driver kindly ran it while he drove here for 15 minutes. So inside we have service stickers, which is always a good sign. A little bit of wear on this seat, but that's not terrible. Icy cold air and piece de resistance, a Japanese navigation system which seems to be factory fitted, and lousy lighting, but you might be able to see that, cassette and CD, and of all silly things, television. Electric antenna works. Haven't tried the four-wheel drive system yet. Got a broken cover there, but that's no big deal. Interior is really, really nice. And we've got our, that's not going to show up in this light, but we've got our inclinometer system there. Not overheating, idling beautifully. I'm really pleased with it. One super annoying feature, when I put it into reverse, beep, beep, beep. So I'm going to find where that is and kill it, because that's just going to drive everyone nuts. I thought this thing here, that's sort of tied up on the steering column loose, was a toll tag unit for Japan. Actually, it turns out it's a turbo timer, and it works. And for some reason it was kind of sticky taped to the dash and it's fallen down and then been tied up with a bit of string. So I think I'll keep it and just secure it a bit better. There's kind of a good spot for it over here. So I'll drill a hole there, poke the wires through and put it in here somehow, and then it'll be out of the way and I can still use it if I want to use it. So that's a nice little bonus. So I just worked out how the fog lamps work. And they have to be the biggest fog lamps I've ever seen in my life. I thought maybe they were yellow driving lights, but no, they're actually fog lamps. I don't think I really need them in Australia. And I'm not sure whether I'll keep the mirror, but we'll work that out later. I'll just do a quick drive up the road. This is a private road, so we're not being too naughty here. Nice and smooth. Down good. Guess we'll find out how it really goes when we get it on the road. First have to get all that stuff off the windscreen. As you can see, the writing and stickers are all gone off the glass. Our permit for legal use on the road in the state of Victoria. And we can now go for a legal drive on public roads. First time on Australian soil. cars can actually achieve that, so it's a good sign that the torque is pretty good at this thing. It's going to do what I want it to do. So we'll go down some dirt roads now. Plenty of those around where I live. Wombat State Forest just up the hill a bit. It's a lovely place to live. Plenty to explore. We've got a four-wheel drive. Neutral. Neutral, yep. Stick in. Orange locked. Rolling along. Seems to be working. Neutral. Back in high range unlocked. Off we go again. As we disengaged on the dash. Back it up a bit just to get it to come out, hopefully. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little journey with me on this car's first time turning tyres on Australian soil. And just to finish up today, I'll answer a couple of questions that come up all the time. Who imported it for me? Iron Chef Imports. A good mate, Christian Appelt, runs that company. Jared Cole, who works for Christian, did the auction bidding and found the car for me. And then he handed me over to Matt J, who did all the import paperwork for me. All I had to do was pay money at the times Matt told me to pay it and sign papers and send them back at the times that Matt told me to do so. So it's all a very easy process. The car is over 25, so that means it falls under the Australian rule where basically anything over 25 is fairly unrestricted what you can import. I'd like to say thanks to Christian and Jared and Matt for making it happen. How long it took to get here? This was a bit of a, to quote my friend Christian, a miracle. From the day I purchased it at auction in Japan via Jared to the day it landed out the front of my house was 62 days, and that's not normal. Everything went well with import paperwork and shipping and getting it off the docks through customs and all that, so don't expect that as a normal thing. The other one that comes up all the time is cost. Now, I don't know the final cost yet because this car hasn't been complied. It could be anywhere between $500 and $2,500 to comply, depending on what the engineer decides. I think it'll be at the lower end of that figure because it's essentially the same car as the Australian 4-door, but just a foot shorter and missing 2 doors. I reckon if you budgeted, I'm talking right now, December 2021, 15 to 20k on the road in Australia, you'd probably be pretty safe. Also keep in mind that the Americans have a big interest in anything 25 years over in JDM at the moment, so that quite a few of these are going to America, so the price may go up over time as most old cars do. They've probably pretty much hit their bottom of their price cycle now, so if you are thinking of getting one, talk to Iron Chef and get hold of one while the getting's good. Anyway, I think that's enough for today. Hopefully next video I will either be starting to do servicing and fixing little bits and pieces on this or preparing for compliance.